This is Rod Kusin Spooman for Risk on October 22nd, 2010, Friday, all times on the Charter Central Standard Times. I just walked into my office, hypothetically, of course, and I say, all right, I've missed out on trading all throughout the day, and I want to try to get some trades in, before the day escapes me, and what do I do? Can this new system from Risk International aid me to figure out where to take a trade? We most certainly can. Now, it may take a little while before we execute, but there's a couple of very obvious things that happen when you first walk in to your office and you see a couple of things taking place here. Now, knowing that the color of the bars are telling you something about the trend, you'll notice that you momentarily went short on the trend indicator here, which is showing up as yellow bars. Overall, the trend has been up, but momentarily there was a down trend in here, and now we've resumed our uptrend. Given that we were using a stochastic to determine that, you're going to get some volatility in there, but overall the trend is long. So what do I want to do? Well, I've got two retracement levels below the market right now. So here's what I'm going to do. One approach is to simply wait for the market to come back down and then look for an opportunity to take a long trade. That's one option. The other option would be to counter trend the trade and wait till we move up to 80 and then short it. Now, which will happen first? I really can't say. I really can't say. So instead, I'll just be patient, and rather than risk jumping in and going in the wrong direction, I'm just going to be patient and see what happens, and then make my decision. Now, while I wait, there's a few things that I may be able to ascertain by just watching our premium indicators. Now, we're not going to talk a lot about this because that's for the purpose of helping those who subscribe to our system to know what to do. But I'm going to give you a little insight on how we do this. We have some proprietary calculations as to where we find the best trades as we look at the premium. Short trades are best taken when the highs of the premium are below this upper threshold, and the curve here that you see is pointing down and below that threshold. Long trades are just the opposite. Lows of the indicator are above this threshold. Low of the curve is also above the threshold. So right now what's happening here is an indication that we may begin to initiate a move down. That may in fact be taking place as we speak. And we can tell that from this indicator. Now, whether or not that's in fact going to take place remains to be seen, but one thing that would clearly indicate that it will is if it begins to drop below this midline. So we'll just put ourselves on pause and give this a few minutes to develop. Now, the bar moving above the upper threshold indicates to us that the move at the moment will continue up. It should continue up. Our next bar, lower high, shows weakness. Now more likely to come down. And that's exactly what you see happening. So hopefully now, if that continues, we'll look for an opportunity to go long as we dip into these retracements. Okay, you can see the slope here of these highs dropping, indicating a drop in the price, and you see that happening now. We're still waiting for it to drop to 77.25 or 76.50. 76.50 would be the target, and we'll see what happens. Now, just to make the video a little bit more interesting, we see this pattern that has developed today happen from time to time. And it's a pretty predictable pattern. Now it kind of looks to the average trader to be just all over the map. Believe me, it isn't. Let me bring up a different chart. It's a little easier to see this. Okay, here's your overall pattern for the day. Now we ran up. Of course, this is the high right around 8 o'clock this morning. Here's a high at 8:48. Market has just pretty much gone nowhere. Let me tell you where it's going. It's going right back up here to 1180.50. That's where it's going. So we're going to look for a long trade, but usually what happens here is it won't go up here until probably early afternoon. So, of course, the market is moving very slow right now, but that's where this market is headed. Now, we know that partly because of our retracement lines, but the other reason we know that is because this is not an unusual pattern. I know it's all over the map, and it's very difficult for the average trader to take advantage of any of these moves. Our traders love it, but that's where this is going. We're not going down, we're going up. And it'll generally spike up in the latter part of the afternoon. You could go back and look at patterns that look just like this. Just like this. When the last one was that looked just like this, I couldn't tell you. It's been quite a while. But from experience, we've seen this happen before. So let the market drop. It will. It'll drop back into these levels. And then take a long trade. Just wait for it to go up to 80. It's a nice way to make about, well, there's not a lot. That's a 4-point move. All right, that's a 4-point move. That's for many traders. That's a good day. You got 4 points just waiting to be had. And, well, just sit tight. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee it, outside of possible changes in economic conditions throughout the world and terrorist attacks and natural disasters and such, but that's the pattern. You watch. Now, by the way, some traders, knowing our retracement lines, would set up limit orders for a buy at our retracements. That's not bad. But it's generally better for an exit rather than an entry because you don't know whether the market's going to dip below that level. And the fact remains sometimes it takes off just before it hits that level. Today our retracement lines are thus far 86% accurate. But we haven't had a lot of them either. In any event, high probability that 86 will jump up a little bit as soon as that retracement is hit. Okay, you see the market just came down and hit our first retracement point, but there were conditions that suggested it's not done moving down. So we have another retracement line that's resumed there. We'll have to wait till it drops even further. Okay, we're getting close to our retracement point now, and as soon as we've determined to enter a trade, we'll continue. Now the market appears to be moving so slow. We've just gone ahead and put in a limit order at 76.50 to get filled. You might wonder why it's moving so slow today. Did it ever occur to you what the weather is in Chicago on a Friday afternoon? Take it into consideration. It's sunny, it's clear, there's hardly any wind. Little wonder the market is not moving. Okay, as you see, we have gone ahead and entered our limit order at that price. And that looks like it's probably not a bad entry. So we're going to let that go just where it is. Now you'll notice that we've already got another retracement line here. So it looks like we're liable to come back. We can put in another order down here to get filled at that particular price, should we manage to come back a little bit later. Now we're up about 5-6 ticks here. We expect that to go up to 80, that's our goal, but we could see a retracement here. Now you notice the slope of the indicator in here and the corresponding drop in the price of the ES here. That relationship is very easy to see. But the color of the bars are green, the trend is up. We'll just have to wait. Now, incidentally, if you see this high corresponding with this high on the indicator, it tells us with certainty that this market will go higher. That's not a question of if, or it might. It will. I guarantee you. The typical trader, as this begins to drop, gets all nervous and worried that his trade is going to lose. Those bars tell us an entirely different story. Okay, friends, what did we tell you? We're going higher, and there's our goal, and we told that to you over 2 hours ago. And we may get a little pullback back to 77.25, but we've got now about 30 minutes to take this 2 points higher. The patterns suggest that is exactly what will happen. Now, no doubt as many traders felt, today basically went nowhere. There was nothing to do. Well, in the last half hour, things will change. Oh, now, and we have the wicked witch of the East coming in who's saying, my bars are melting, my bars are melting, I'm going to die. We aren't having any volume to go back up. Well, guess what? A tornado's about to enter. So we hit that little retracement. Oh, our retracements are so predictable. So now, oh, what a lazy day. Nothing's happening with the market. Oh, was there somebody that said the market was going to try to go back up to 1180? I wonder who that was. I bet it was Spoos. That's why they call us the Spoos. Because we know what the Spoos will do. I'm having fun with this. Don't crash my party. All right. Simple matter of pattern recognition, good retracements, sound methods for determining when to take trades. We have a system, friends. It works pretty well. And we're just about out of time, so I'm just going to leave it off on that note. This is Rod Kusin and Spooman. Come visit us, rsksys.com. Give us a call, ask for a demo. Have a great weekend.